What was I to do?
Video games that properly subvert expectations have always turned out to be some of my favorite experiences. Firewatch has joined that list as one of the more impactful games. Firewatch was the first game to be released by Campo Santo Games. Although its studio was new on the scene, its members had worked on blockbuster games like Telltale's Walking Dead and BioShock 2. Both of these games had gripping stories and unique visuals, which holds true for Firewatch as well. The cel-shaded graphics boast a hyper-simplified art style while still beautifully conveying the terrain the game exists in. Whether it's forestry like paths along trees and bushes, or rocky edge canyons with small rivers running through, everything is represented in an unrealistic but still visually appealing way. This is a stark opposition to the game's premise, which aims to tackle very realistic problems that stem from struggling through the human condition. Let's dive deeper into the Wyoming wilderness inside the Shoshone National Forest, and into the troubled mind of the player's character named Henry. The game begins with sounds of beer glasses clinking and the buzz of people talking inside a busy venue. The year is 1975 in Boulder, Colorado. We are in a bar when we see her, Julia. She's around our age and hanging out with some grad students and professors from the college nearby. We're already a few beers deep and decide to approach her. Our drunken pickup line does the trick, and soon after this encounter, Julia and Henry are an item. At this point, we get our first look into how the game is going to look and control. We descend inside an elevator and pick up our backpack before heading to our truck. The music that plays in the background is lighthearted and almost happy sounding. A year into dating, we move into an apartment together, drinking and enjoying life day by day. Life is good. Julia wants to adopt a dog from a nearby shelter, so we oblige her and let her pick what she wants. A small beagle she names Bucket. 4 years after starting our relationship, the topic of children comes up. We both agree to eventually want kids, and also decide that means we should get married. We arrive at our destination, which is Thoroughfare Trailhead. A rocky forest path leads the way in front of us. Julia doesn't show up home when she's supposed to, and we get worried and angry as time passes on. We decide to go to sleep without her. The next morning we ask her about our evening, which she says was great. We are still slightly upset, but get our coffee and go to work. Some time passes and the relationship heals. This night, Julia wants to draw us, so we pose like He-Man and flex our muscles. The path we took earlier has taken us deep into the forest. It's almost nighttime, and everything is tinted orange by the sunset. We follow the trail deeper into the forest. In 1982, we recall nearly getting mugged while walking with Julia and Bucket. We stood our ground and beat the guy senseless, but don't feel great about it. From then on, we take a different path on our walks. At this point, the music changes to a more serious, dark tone. Our plans to have kids get put on hold due to work. Julia gets a dream job offer at Yale, 2,000 miles away. She wants to move, but you don't. You eventually come to the agreement that she should take the job as long as she can handle commuting back and forth. Shortly after starting her job at Yale, she is sent home on paid leave due to her having an episode where she freaked out on a coworker for borrowing her books. Julia didn't remember that she gave permission to that coworker just a few days before. You convince her that she should talk to somebody about what happened. After having many tests ran, doctors are worried that she is suffering from early onset dementia at only 41 years old. You decide to keep it between the two of you for now. The sun is almost completely down now, and you're taking a break by your lantern. You open a journal and see Julia's sketch of your He-Man pose. More time passes and Julia goes back to work at the university. Some years go by and Julia begins deteriorating. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by police. She is placed on permanent medical leave. While at home, some days are normal and others you get a complete stranger. On one night, she pulls you into bed for some quality time and stops 5 minutes in due to panicking that her dad is at the door. You call her family in Australia who begin to make trips to come visit her. She begins getting even worse. She needs constant help at this point, needing bi-weekly visits from a nurse. The nurse suggests putting her in a 24-hour care facility. We agree. It's now daytime, and we're even farther into the forest. We push onwards deeper into the wilderness. After moving her into a facility, You see her every day. Then, every other day. You go out to the bar with your old friends, but guilt about putting your wife into a home prevents you from enjoying yourself. You stop going out with those friends after that night. Julia's sister Susan moves into town to be close to her. She sees Julia every day, and sometimes you go with her. Susan buys you a typewriter and encourages you to use that if you're not going to see a therapist. Some months go by, and Bucket dies. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her the news. Sometimes it takes Julia some time to lock in on us. We feel guilty because we have been visiting less and less. Summer is coming and you see an ad for a job in the paper that's in your neighboring state of Wyoming. You take it. It's nighttime again and we finally make it to our destination, a fire lookout tower. We make our way to the top and enter our new home and turn on the lights. As soon as the lights come on, our radio lights up. A nearby lookout and our boss, Delilah, chimes in.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
During certain breaks in the conversation, you can choose different dialogue options that will result in slightly different conversations. Nothing major changes, but it is interesting to hear the different outcomes. During this playthrough, I decided to try and answer as myself in Henry's shoes.
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, you've killed 3 husbands. You're a black widow and you're just out here until the heat dies down and then you'll kill again.
Ooh, very good. Bravo, Henry.
Okay, I sleep now?
Not quite. Now you.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
Good night.
Welcome to the job.
Day 1 begins with Henry writing in his journal. His personal belongings now unpacked and the boards taken off the windows. Delilah once again calls us on the radio.
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out of commission for a day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne?
You use this to spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
Good God, language, lady.
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are those fucking fireworks?
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days away. Go down there and set him straight.
Do I write him a ticket?
Easy there, Dirty Harry.
Well?
Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
Convenient.
That's one word for it.
At this point, the first thing I noticed was the quality of the voice acting. In my opinion, it's great and it really sells the immersion. I'll do my best to showcase how good the voice acting is and only talk over gameplay that doesn't have dialogue. Delilah tells us to go investigate who's lighting off fireworks nearby. So grabbing our map and a compass, we head out. She tells us we'll need some rope from a nearby locked cache to get down to the lake. Ignore me failing to unlock the cache when the code is literally 1234. Finally getting the lock open, Delilah tells us that there's many caches around and all of them take the same code. Rope in hand and map updated, we head towards the lake. As the fireworks get louder, we approach a steep shale slide to which we tie our rope to and rappel down. Except halfway down our rope snaps and we fall all the way down. Luckily we're okay and continue our pursuit of the firework fanatics. It was at this point I noticed how good this game's art style looks. I really appreciate the vibe the graphics give off. Getting close to the lake, a radio playing music gets louder as we find the culprits. 2 drunk naked girls. On a side note, this radio from 1989 has really good sound quality.
I found them in the lake.
Skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Is that a guy over there?
Oh boy. Enjoy dealing with that.
You gotta take it easy with the fireworks, all right?
You ought to take it easy at the Sizzler buffet. Chelsea. What? He's just some loser out in the woods. I mean, he's grody. Why do guys think it's all right to just stare at girls?
Look, I'm sorry for bothering you. Can you just knock it off, please?
Yeah, you should be. This is a free country, and we should be free to do whatever we want. And free from any peeping toms.
I said sorry.
Oh my God, is that what you are? Barf me out. Ew. Can we just get out of here? Ew, totally. You're gross. You're just some sad man out in the woods.
With the potential arsonists dealt with, we had to find a new way back to our lookout since our rope broke earlier. With the use of our map and directions from Delilah, we make our way through a nearby canyon that should lead us roundabout back to our tower. Even though I'm just walking around, these little conversations between Delilah and Henry keep the gameplay fresh. Their conversations are entertaining enough to want me to keep playing, but at some points it does feel like flirting.
So, I have a bit of a confession to make.
What is it?
Look, I was drunk last night when I welcomed you to the job.
Yeah, well, you're not the first boss to be guilty of that.
I know, I know I can get a little pushy, putting you on the spot about why you're out here and stuff.
It's fine.
I'll keep that sort of a thing to a minimum. Anyway, let me know when you get back to your lookout.
Hey, I heard some thunder.
Yeah, I've got eyes on a storm out to the north.
Well, that's bad, right? Because of the lightning?
It just means we'll be busy. Hurry home, and try not to get hit by lightning.
I got hit by lightning when I was 9 years old, so I'm safe. It's not gonna strike twice, all that.
Well, there was an old lookout named Roy Sullivan who got hit by lightning 7 times.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel any better, it wasn't what killed him.
What killed him?
Suicide. Would you believe?
To get back to our lookout, we must travel through a nearby cave which has a locked door that will mean more to us later on. While climbing the side of the mountain our lookout is on, we encounter another person shining their flashlight at us.
Some guy? Wait, he's looking at you? Is he doing anything else?
I don't think so.
Henry, there's something someone should have told you about this area.
What is it?
It's outside.
Come on.
The whole thing. And people come and go as they please. It's madness.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Look, bumping into someone in the middle of nowhere is part of the fun.
Even though Delilah makes fun of us for freaking out, I'd be freaked out too. Finally close to home, we can see Delilah's tower and she has her lights on.
Anything for the service.
Well, thank you.
Anytime. Hey, you keep your lights on at night?
I'm doing a crossword puzzle. I do a lot of crossword puzzles.
Once we finally make it home, we realize a crime has taken place.
Someone broke in.
They what?
They wrecked the place. Threw my typewriter out the window. Motherfucker.
Holy shit. I'll let the Forest Service know what happened.
Did you see anyone from over there?
No, I didn't. I was,
Doing the crossword.
Yeah.
place is trashed.
Okay, I put in a call.
That was fast.
Yeah, well, do you have any idea who could have done this?
Maybe that guy I saw in the canyon, but I don't know why the fuck he'd want to mess with my stuff.
Well, I'll have the Rangers keep an eye out for a man hiking on his own and question him if they find him. I can't believe someone would do this. I worry about bears and fires, and that's about it, and now I've got to worry about some deranged hiker going after lookouts? Great. Okay, in the morning I'm gonna call my friend Patty, who works the desk down in Cody. They keep a list of everyone who's officially been in and out of the trailhead since, I don't know, forever, and see if we can get a list of names. We won't get much, but at least if anything else happens, we can refer to it and see if anything comes up.
Thanks.
I need you to feel safe out here.
Just point me to the Forest Service weapons cache and I'll feel safer than the Pope in his little car.
Yeah, someone made the choice years ago that leaving people with infinite amounts of alone time and a gun was kind of a bad idea.
Grenades?
I'll see what I can do.
And that's day 1 complete. At this point, having not been spoiled of what really happens in this game, I was hoping for a psychological horror game, something like a Silent Hill type of story. But what I got was a totally different kind of horror.
Wake up.
Day 2 begins with some coffee and some problems.
Hey, wake up.
I'm awake. What's your problem?
Our problem.
Sorry, our problem.
That storm knocked out the phone line I used to talk to the service, which means we're cut off. I tried radioing out, and that's not working either.
There's no backup?
The backup is the 2-day hike out of here.
So that's a no?
It's easier for me to send all the lookouts out to check the status of the wire in their areas. Yours is a good hike away. If you find any portion of it down, I can try to get a hold of a ranger and he'll bring someone in to fix it.
Okay, I can do that. Where is it?
Remember that cave you hiked through yesterday?
Yeah, of course.
So you're gonna want to go back there, go through it, and keep going straight to the north when you come out.
Will do.
Thanks, Hank.
It's Henry.
What, you don't like Hank?
Yeah, I don't like Hank.
But thanks rhymes with Hank.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, alright.
So we're sent on our way and must investigate why the phone and communication lines are down. And again, I want to emphasize how beautiful this game is. Once again, we have to pass through the cave with a locked gate and keep moving north in search of the power lines. At one point through the banter, we hear this.
Hey, can you hold on a sec?
Sure. I'm just gonna keep hiking and hoping it warms up.
Heyo. I don't think so. Why, have you? Okay, good. No, I don't think he has any idea.
Hey, your button is still down.
I'm absolutely sure.
Delilah, I can hear you.
Would you?
I said I could... Wait, are you talking about me?
All right. I'll let you know if anything changes in that regard.
Who are you talking to?
Hey, sorry about that. Anyway,
Hey, Delilah.
Bucket's a cute name. You owned him with someone?
That would be my wife, Julia.
Oh, like your wife? Or like she's taken half my stuff wife?
My wife.
But you're here.
She's sick, and I shouldn't be here, but I am.
I'm sorry, Henry. What is it?
We'll get into it.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, you are here, and it's beautiful, and escaping isn't always something bad.
Yeah, sure.
Look, I gotta go do a thing, but I'll have a radio. Okay, call me if you need to.
After hearing this, my suspicion alarms are going off and fully expecting this game to go horror mode soon enough. My brain was running rampant with thoughts of people running an experiment on those who are in isolation. But I kept on pushing forwards with my goal: investigate the power lines. After following the utility lines to the top of a nearby hill, we find this.
Hey, so the wire is definitely down out here. I just found it.
That's actually good to hear. I can send someone out to fix it. Good find.
Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't look like the wind. It looks like it was cut deliberately. It's snipped clean through, and there's a bunch of beer cans out here. The same beer those girls were drinking. They also left us a message.
These idiots are gonna pay. Do they realize this is how people die? I mean, what if something happened to one of my lookouts while this was going on? And God forbid kid, there's an actual fire burning out of control.
What do you want to do?
I want you to go find them.
And then what?
I haven't thought that far ahead. That's not true. Everything that comes to mind is illegal.
Let's hear it.
Oh yeah?
Hey, I came out here for a breath of fresh air and some adventure. What do you got?
I think I want you to just find them and scare the hell out of them.
Yeah, I'd make a spooky ghost costume, but they stole my sheets.
I don't know. Wait for them to wander off and wreck their camp. Something that would make a teenage girl run home to mommy and daddy.
I'll find them.
Thanks.
But I am gonna need a raise.
Don't hold your breath. I'd start by hiking back towards your tower and just keep an eye out for anything that would lead you to them.
Well, they're big into Red Eagle.
Great. See if you can find the path they took down from there. Maybe they looped back around towards the lake or something. I doubt they're where they were yesterday, but they obviously can't have gone far.
Our new task is to find the people responsible for cutting the power line, which we assume is those bratty teen girls we saw at the lake earlier. Throughout this game, exploration is forced in a natural way by making certain paths long drops, essentially meaning you'll have to find a different way back after dropping down them. While trying to find the teens, we discover an old backpack hanging on a branch.
There's an abandoned pack out here.
And it's not one of the teens?
No, it looks like it was lost a long time ago.
Well, you could always pilfer it for supplies.
Well, I am flush with ropes now. That pack was full of them, in decent condition, too.
That's lucky.
I mean, there's enough rope here that I could just leave them hooked up, I think. Oh, get this. This pack came with one of those cardboard single-use cameras.
With pictures left?
Yeah, he only used 3 or 4.
Neato.
Thank you, Brian Goodwin.
Wait, who?
The bag had the name Brian Goodwin sewn into the top.
Huh. Wow.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I just haven't heard that name in a few years.
Was he a ranger or something?
Oh, no. He was stationed in Two Forks, your lookout, with his dad Ned 3 summers ago. Great kid.
You can bring children out here?
No. You know, I'm not a stickler for rules. They took off halfway through the summer.
You guys keep in touch, you and the Goodwin kid?
Nah, they took off pretty unceremoniously. Plus, what's a 40-year-old woman gonna do with a teenage pen pal?
Good point.
Anyway, so it goes. Have fun with that camera. Try not to snap anything that would scar a Photodome employee.
I don't know, I got a lot of hiking to do. Might get bored.
Well, I'm bored as rocks, so I'll keep you company while you find those girls, huh?
Brian Goodwin and his dad worked at our lookout station, even though kids weren't supposed to be out there. And it turns out they left halfway through the summer. Well, regardless, thanks Brian for the rope and the camera. We find a smoke plume from a recently started fire and figure that must be the teens. So we head that direction while talking with Delilah.
I see a really thin plume of smoke.
Yeah, I see it too. A thin plume like this is either a new fire or a campfire.
Campfire. You think it's them?
I reckon so.
It looks like it's to the southwest of me.
That's right. If you hike towards 5 Mile Creek, that should put you in the neighborhood. Keep an eye on that smoke plume. Let me know if it's getting any larger.
Will do.
Did your wife's illness have anything to do with you taking this job, or did you just fall prey to the service's big recruiting push? When it comes to, how the hell you ended up out here?
Sorry, I don't really know what you mean by recruiting effort.
Oh, after last summer. Budgets went through the roof, a lookout, and every lookout for the first time in 20 years.
Last summer?
Oh, come on, you're from Denver, not Delaware. This was national news for Pete's sake.
Boulder. I'm from Boulder.
Same diff.
Oh, you're talking about that giant fire that probably caused some damage. Turned an entire jamboree of brownies to dust.
Brownies don't have jamborees.
Well, they should.
And you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, do you?
I do not.
Jeez. I mean, the federal government almost let Yellowstone National Park burn to the ground? Ring a bell?
Yellowstone is like, 15 miles away. Why would they do that?
Well, the short story is that for 60 years, we got very good at not letting forest fires happen. And then about 15 years ago, they decided that forest fires in wilderness areas like Yellowstone should be left to burn. So that's what they did. I can't believe you didn't hear about this. There were reports that the entire park was gone. Dan Rather telling the country that President Reagan didn't care on the nightly news. I mean, what the hell's he gonna do? Smoke jump in and snuff one out for the Gipper?
So what should they have done?
I don't even know. By the time the Yellowstone folks realized the little fires weren't gonna burn themselves out, 100,000 acres were gone. It's Yellowstone, you know? People don't want to touch it, but we touch it every single day. But hey, I got a 30 cents an hour raise because we can't have another fiasco. Like the goddamn park can burn down again.
Henry missing the news about the fire that almost burned down Yellowstone makes sense. He didn't have time to pay attention to the world while his personal world was deteriorating around him. We get closer to the fire as Delilah asks us about our wife.
What does she have?
She's got Alzheimer's, like dementia.
Whoa. How old was she?
Is she? She's alive. She's with her family in Melbourne, Australia. She's 43.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What was it like when you guys found out?
Devastating. Especially for her. You can understand.
And for you?
Anyway, everything she worked for was taken away, and that was it. Yeah. I'm sorry to be such a downer.
Don't even. I'm happy to listen. And, we'll try to have some fun this summer. I promise.
Trying to talk about how hard it was for our wife, only to be reminded that it affected us as well, really makes you like Delilah. Like in real life, when I'm telling a story about someone close to me going through a hard time, and someone asks me, but how are you feeling? It really deepens the connection and conversation with that person. So I can appreciate Delilah caring about how we felt, not just our wife. As we finally find the correct path to take, we discover a downed tree that's been scratched up by what seems to be a bear.
Hey, there's a tree out here that's been ripped to hell.
And?
Don't you think that's, disconcerting?
Henry, there are 500-pound grizzly bears out here. They sharpen their claws on trees.
We don't have grizzlies in Colorado. People killed them a long time ago.
Well, in the thoroughfare, they hunt people, they kill people, they bury their bodies, and then come back weeks later to eat them because they prefer rotten meat. People just disappear.
Don't you think that's disconcerting?
No, Henry, that's life.
Christ, lady.
So now knowing there's an active bear in the area, shouldn't we be more concerned about finding these teenagers before a bear does? That'd be my worry anyways. As the sun begins setting, Delilah asks us again about our wife Julia.
So, how'd you meet?
I met in a bar.
The birthplace of modern romance.
I stumbled over and told her she was pretty, and that was it.
Aw, you were brave.
I was drunk.
We also hear more about Ned and Brian Goodwin, after our character asks if a lot of people go missing in this area.
How many hikers go missing in the Shoshone?
More than none, unfortunately, with most of them being in this area. The thoroughfare because it's so remote. Why?
I found an old flyer for a missing hiker. It just got me thinking, that's all. Like how you said one day you were talking to the Goodwins and then the next you weren't.
Ned Goodwin didn't get mauled by a bear or stuck in a ravine. He was just a PTSD'd a-hole who dragged his son out to do a job and realized it was a bad idea.
Boy, for as dry as it is this summer, there's an area down here that's lush.
Oh, you must be talking about the Aspen Grove down there.
Yeah, I think that's where I am.
Those trees are actually one root organism. Did you know that?
From the direction of Delilah, we find a nearby river that leads us to the campsite.
I see a campsite, and it looks like they've got a fire.
Is it them?
That seems like it. I swear, they must have dragged 4 cases of beer out here. I have entered the teen zone.
Yeah, I'd be careful with that phrasing.
Oh, really? And where's that?
It's the name of a magazine for girls. It's on the ground here at their camp. Well, I found some dangerous hunks.
What on earth are you...
It's another one of those magazines. These girls have a full case of beer left here. A full case.
Well, they're impressive little shits, I guess.
That is some dedication. Ah, found my sheets!
So they did break into your tower.
Looks like... The tent looks like it's been through the shredder, which would explain that scrap I found.
What could have done that? Like a bear or, I don't know, it sounds crazy, but even a bull elk if it's off its rocker.
Some of their clothes are all torn up.
That's not good.
You know, maybe I should take one of their sleeping bags as payback.
At this stage, take whatever you want.
Looks like someone left a note.
Intriguing. Maybe you should read it.
Okay, yeah.
Let me know what it says.
Oh, they're gone, for sure.
Well, what's it say?
Threatening to call the police because they think I attacked them.
Oh my god, well, did you?
Don't be ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. I've known you, what, 24 hours? Maybe you're nuts.
God, look, I just came out here to sit in a tower, all right? Not get into some mess with a bunch of co-eds.
It's fine. They're gone?
Yeah, they're gone. But you should see this place. It's weird.
Weird stuff happens in the woods. It could be other campers. They could be having a bad mushroom trip. We really don't know. But they're gone. There's no way to call the cops. They're not coming back. And we can get to work. I'd really like to start enjoying a quiet summer.
Yeah, me too.
So the end of day 2, someone's trying to frame us as attacking these girls' campsite. We know there's bears in the area, and we know that the previous father and son who were on our lookout disappeared. Lots to think about as we head into day 3. Day 3 begins with us finishing repairs on our broken window, when Delilah reaches out to us.
Hey, Henry?
Yeah.
What do you look like?
Why are you asking?
Because I'm horribly superficial.
Well, I get confused for Burt Reynolds all the time.
Oh, is that so?
Women say that we have a similar musk.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you asked.
Okay, well, that gives me a good start. Now let's see. In my scope, I can only tell you're a white guy wearing shorts.
It's hot. And maybe, by the way, I'm not white. It's not very, PC or whatever they say.
Oh my god, you are the whitest man. Wow. I don't need a spotting scope for that. And if not shorts, then what do you normally like to wear?
I don't know. I like to look nice, usually. Well, I try now, I guess.
Had a bit of a schlubby period, did we?
Yeah, a good 25, 30 years, yeah.
But, now you'll put on a clean shirt?
Yeah, well, I have one that I got for Christmas, actually. Just, it's navy with white buttons, but I like it. I don't wear it that much, though.
Well, it sounds just perfect. Now tell me about your face. I'm looking at you across the bar. What do I see?
A pretty thick beard.
Oh, have you always had a beard?
For a while, yeah.
All right, perfect. I want to know about your eyes.
Get out of here.
I'm drawing you. I need to know.
You're what?
Is that okay? Don't answer. I'm gonna do it regardless.
Fine.
Your eyes, tell me.
They look tired, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you hit a certain age and you think you're a younger person who just looks tired all the time.
Speak for yourself, mister.
But I guess that's getting old.
Well, some people might see distinguished. Okay, got it. Thank you, Henry.
You get what you need?
Absolutely.
I'm surprised Henry doesn't comment about Delilah drawing us, when one of our best memories of Julia is her drawing of us. But we have a window to repair, so let's get to it. Once repaired, we can start our real job, sitting and watching in case of a fire.
I got that window all patched up. So, what should I do now? What's next?
What's next? What do you think is next?
Well, you've been the one giving me tasks for 2 days straight.
What's next is you sit in that room until September 1st and call me at the first sign of smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you let me know when you're mentally prepared for that task and, I'll give it to you.
Okay, I think I am ready to tackle my long-term commitment of keeping this national forest safe from total destruction.
I am glad to hear you've really thought this through.
Of course.
We've issued you a comfy chair to sit in and everything.
You know, it's not really that comfy. I mean, it's wooden and there's no padding. I think I actually got a splinter in my thigh this morning.
Aww. Well, regardless, take a seat. The forest depends on you.
Time jumps forward to day 9, as we're sitting in the nearby canyon enjoying a sandwich with the loudest possible eating sounds I've ever heard. Delilah calls and asks,
Hello, Henry. Having a nice afternoon?
Well, I was.
Hardy har. Ugh, I'm finally paying for all those years of giving my bosses attitude. Look, I called with bad news. 2 young women, Chelsea Stevens and Lily McLean, were reported missing. They've got parents out in California who haven't heard from them in a week. They were supposed to meet an aunt down in Cody. If they're the girls from last week, then you're probably the last person to have seen them.
You should tell whoever that I'm happy to be questioned.
Look, it's not gonna be an issue. I mean, if they turn up dead, then maybe. Should I just not say anything and save us the trouble?
I think it's worth mentioning something.
Yeah. I'll keep it vague. I really don't want to talk to the cops.
Me neither.
All right, Henry, thanks. Enjoy the sunset.
We reassure her that it's worth saying something. She says she will keep it vague as time jumps even farther, onto day 15, or should I say night 15.
Henry, wake up. Get out of bed and pick up the radio.
What do you want?
Hey, you big dumb idiot.
Babe, it's late.
I know it is. You sound tired.
I am.
Are you having a nice time?
I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'll let you get back to sleep then.
Okay, Jules.
Delilah seems nice.
Sure.
Bye, baby.
So I know this conversation wasn't real, and wasn't supposed to be sad, but I found it to be really depressing. Like Henry probably wants nothing more than to have a lucid conversation with his wife, Julia. So bad that he dreams of it. But that's all this is. A dream. More than 2 weeks pass by as day 33 begins. We're running low on food and must go retrieve a nearby supply drop.
So, like, 2 weeks ago, you called me in the middle of the night? You were sleeping, I guess, and all I heard was the name Jules through the mumbles. I just thought it was so sweet. I wanted to wake you up, but then I thought maybe you were having a nice conversation and I'd just be spoiling it. I hope you're doing okay, you know, when it comes to her.
All throughout this game, I've been trying to answer how I myself would answer. And this is the feeling that I believe I would have. That I shouldn't be out here, away from my wife.
I shouldn't be out here.
Yes, you should.
No, I just ran away from my problems.
No, you didn't. We all fuck up. Look. So, a couple of months before I took this job, I was with this guy, Javier. He's incredible, caring, sexy as hell. He was a driller down in Casper. We dated for almost 5 years. I was working with the Wyoming Outdoor Leadership School, and I was obsessed with it. I wanted to be an instructor so badly. And I was sure I was going to marry Javier as soon as I could be bothered. Wallace was also a good excuse to get out of town, drink whiskey in the mountains, cut loose. Then, Javier's brother got killed working in Gillette, and for some reason, I didn't come home. Javier said it was fine. He'd go to the funeral, take care of his mom, stuff like that. It'd be easier solo. When he came back, he left me. I came out here, I lied, and told my sister he fucked our neighbor. I've just lied about it for over 10 years. And, for some reason, I wanted you to know. I figured you've told me so much about you, so, there's something about me. We both fucked up.
Found the supplies.
Oh, good. Enjoy.
Delilah tells us this story about her ex, and it seems clear that she is emotionally immature and can't handle intense emotional situations, like being there for your partner when their brother dies. And ever since that partner broke up with her, she's been lying and coming out here to escape her problems too. We retrieve our food and time moves even farther forwards, to night 64, where we see the first big fire of the year.
You've got a front row seat for what might be the biggest fire of the year.
Yeah, it's really going.
I'm gonna call it in. They'll send in a hotshot crew for some suppression, but I bet we'll be stuck with her for the rest of the summer. And she doesn't have a name yet. I usually think of something funny or something practical or a little risque when coming up with them. But why don't you do the honors?
As we decide on a name, it's clear that Delilah is drunk.
Maybe we call it the Flapjack Fire. Can you sell that as a name?
You really like that, huh?
Yeah, I said I did. It's funny.
Fair enough. Flapjack Fire it is. They'll probably ask me if it was a camp cooking accident or something. So there's this creek down the hill, and, you know what my favorite thing to do is?
What's that?
I love to take a bottle of whatever I have on hand, plunge it deep into the water, and let it chill in there all day. And then, on nights like tonight, when it is so disgustingly hot, I have something nice and cool to drink. I learned that from my sister in Santa Fe. She'd do that with a bottle of tequila near her house and make margaritas the size of your head. You would like it there.
I've had one too many bad experiences with tequila. I'm a little reticent to try it again.
Well, maybe you just need a new, good experience with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you looking at the fire?
No, I'm looking at you.
Oh. Well, let me know when you are.
I believe that dialogue only happens if you're looking at her tower when she asks you what you're looking at.
Okay, I'm looking at it again.
I love how they look at night. During the day, it's just smoke, but when the sun is down, you can just get lost.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Why do you say that?
Because I do. I'm not crazy. I mean, we've had such a good time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you. Not in the same way. And I know you're not really available, but I want you to know, well, maybe it'd be nice to get together at the end of the summer.
Things seem to be getting hot, and I'm not just talking about the fire.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Look, we don't have to plan or even talk about it. I'm just having the thought. I wish I was over there.
I wish you were too.
Okay, hold on. I said earlier, During this playthrough, I decided to try and answer as myself in Henry's shoes. And if my wife is watching this, no. I would never tell another woman I wish they were in my lookout tower while I'm out in a national forest running away from my life because you got a terminal illness. Let's just say it was a misinput. I didn't mean to click that.
It was a misinput. Calm down! You calm the fuck down! There was a misinput!
We could sit outside. We could talk without these radios. We could, you know.
What? What could we do?
Well, let me tell you.
I've got no defense for that option. This must be somebody else's gameplay. I would never pick that. Day 76 begins and we're going to the lake to catch a fish to eat, since we're sick of all the food that's been provided. At the lake, we find something unsettling.
What the... Dee, I found a clipboard down here and there's something strange going on.
This question here is great, though. And the answer is yes, definitely. Bring back Jimmy.
At the lake? What's up?
Someone has written down what we said to each other, have been saying.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't talk to the other lookouts as much as I talk to you, not in the same way.
No way.
Wait, hold on. Something's out here.
After hearing some sort of feedback sound nearby, we go to investigate.
Henry? Are you there? What happened, Henry?
Holy hell, I got hit in the head. Punched or something by someone.
Are you serious? What the hell is going on out there?
I don't know. Jesus Christ.
Let me get this straight. You found a clipboard with, what, transcripts of our conversations? What else is on it?
I don't know. It's gone, along with the radio of theirs. Somebody out here could have just killed me, Delilah.
What the fuck is going on?
What's Wapiti Station?
I don't know.
I saw the name Wapiti Station right before I was cold cocked. Does Wapiti Station mean anything to you?
Wapiti Meadow. Maybe it's Wapiti Meadow. It's on our maps. It's not too far from where you are right now. It's north of the lake. It looks like there should be a trail somewhere on the north shore of Jonesy Lake.
I'll start hiking that way now. God damn it, my head.
Are you sure you saw what you saw, Henry? Maybe you pissed off some more campers and they came back to sucker punch you.
There are people listening to our conversations. The person or these people were hiding in the bushes down here. What the fuck, Dee?
I don't know, Henry. This sounds crazy.
Yeah, and you're not the one who just saw our words on a clipboard out in the middle of nowhere.
Those words were from 2 weeks ago.
I know they were. So what's to say that they don't have transcripts from 3, 4, or 5 weeks ago?
Our entire relationship, friendship, our whole summer.
Someone is out here with a walkie-talkie taking notes and talking to God knows who. We should just get the hell out of here.
Oh, it's a 2-day hike. You're welcome to do it, but you're gonna catch hell from the service and have to explain yourself. Plus, there's a fire burning across Rose Creek. You hiked through there on the way in.
Call someone and tell them to come get me.
I'm not going to book a $15,000 helicopter ride for you. I'm not doing it. Okay, we can't freak out. There's got to be a reasonable explanation for all of this.
All right, I'm here. Looks like goddamn Area 51.
Maybe they've got aliens. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We try to break into this fence at Wapiti Station, but this rock ain't gonna cut it. We decide we need better equipment and go to where a nearby fire team was doing a controlled burn.
Look, I'm not gonna be able to get into this place.
Shit.
I don't know how long I can dick around out here until someone notices.
God, if you were an actual firefighter, you'd have that gate down in 2 shakes. Hey, actually, those guys doing the controlled burn, they might be able to help.
Where are they?
Beyond Ruby River, there's a scout camp. They burned a line a few days ago that should let you hike right to them.
Well, that's great.
If they haven't left, they're probably the type of guys who would help you get through that fence.
So at this point, the game has taken a full turn into psychological horror, and I was loving it. I was booking it to get to the firefighters so I could break into Wapiti Station and see what the hell was going on. I really appreciate the background music that plays throughout this game, and specifically this section here. We find the old scout camp, but the firefighters have already left. But they left behind what we needed: an axe and a memo.
Hey, D, they left something behind. It's like a memo from their boss. Next few days, dropping into the thoroughfare on behalf of Dr. Simmons at Wapiti Station.
Wapiti Station?
Holy crap.
Keep reading.
Oh, I just thought I would maybe, stop there, let the mystery percolate.
My mother always said I would meet someone who'd give me a taste of my own medicine.
They're running a research site out there. He was worried about wildfires.
Someone is writing down our conversations. And now we find out there's a research site out here that we don't know about? What are they researching?
Us. They're researching us.
You think they're studying you and me?
I do, yeah. I mean, maybe it's about studying two strangers who talk every day.
Like, if you put someone in isolation with someone else, what they do.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, fuck that.
Agreed.
I think we should allow for the possibility that this is all just a big misunderstanding, but... God, if you saw what you said you did... Fuck, Henry.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. So what's next?
Well, I've got an axe, so I can figure out a way to get over the ravine and back to the site.
Sounds good. Check in when you can, and keep an eye out for anyone following you.
We have a new path opening tool with the axe, and we make our way back to Wapiti Station to bust open the gate. Until...
Are you there? I had a thought.
Let's hear it.
You heard someone in the bushes.
Yeah?
Okay, so let's assume we're being tailed. Or you are, at least. Where are you right now?
Just on my way back, in and out of trees in the middle of nowhere.
Do you see anybody?
No, definitely not.
All right, so tell me what you think of this. Did you just cough?
No. Did you just cough?
No.
Oh,
Fuck.
There isn't any way someone, like another lookout, could be on this line, is there?
No. Not without tapping our radios. Get in your tower, shut the door. Don't leave, and don't use your radio. I'll call you. Understand? I will call you.
Day 77 begins with Henry trying to reach Delilah.
Thoroughfare Tower, this is Two Forks calling you for the, 50th time today. The flapjack fire continues to move in a southerly fashion. Delilah, for fuck's sake, answer your radio.
Hello, sunshine. Sorry, went out for a little bit. What can I do you for?
You can do me for a trip out of here. I don't care if it's on horseback or a helicopter or in a canoe. Just get me out of here.
Henry, we have work left to do. Let's chat about what's bothering you and you'll feel better.
Are you serious?
Let's talk. Okay?
Okay.
By the way, I was wondering if your Flora of the Shoshone info poster was still up inside your tower?
What?
It's just protocol that those stay up. Info about your tower, the surrounding tree species, etc.
All right.
Just, have a look at it. Make sure it's in ship shape.
Okay, yeah, it's up. Why are you acting like this?
Great. Just wonderful. Do you see the tree in the top row, second from the left?
Let me look at it and I'll tell you.
No. You don't need to tell me. Just, internalize it. It's a great tree. And there's an area called, that tree's name in your sector that maybe you should take a midday hike to. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe I should go for a hike.
Nothing like an afternoon in the Rockies, I tell ya. Radio me the moment you get there.
After picking up the Delilah speaking in code, we hike to the area that she's talking about.
Box there?
Must be around here somewhere.
It is. Find it and open it. I changed the code. It's 5678.
Are you kidding me?
I was in a rush.
After opening the cache with a new and improved code, we pick up a new radio, one that isn't tapped, so we can speak freely.
I've got it now.
Good. I spent all day getting you that radio. I hiked to a cache box, lied to a ranger, lied to another ranger, and hopefully you are now holding a clean, untapped radio.
Hopefully.
Holy fuck, Henry, we have to get into that site.
What the fuck is going on? People are listening to us?
I don't know.
Our radios are tapped? Are you fucking serious?
Our radios are definitely tapped. That's why I left you the one you just got.
How is this even possible?
I don't know, Henry.
What do you know?
I know that I'm scared.
Are there any other lookouts this is happening to? Someone else in on this? Anyone?
This is just happening to us. Everyone else is fine.
Are you sure?
Yes. I've tried to bring it up to Chimney Rock, Elks Fork, and Beartooth Lookout, and every one of them got confused. Asked me if I'm okay and if I need to be relieved. Our fucking state coordinator asked if I was just having lady troubles. So no, this isn't happening to anyone else, and I'm done asking.
Who is doing this?
I don't know who could be doing this. Henry, I've been at this job off and on for 13 years. Sometimes here, sometimes over near Jackson, a couple times down in Wind River. And nothing like this has ever happened before.
Look, I'm headed back to the gate, and now that I've got an axe, we'll know something soon.
You need to get into that site. Call me when you find something.
The new objective is to get into Wapiti Station immediately. On the way there, Delilah tells us something else we have to worry about now.
Hey, I just thought of something not great.
What is it?
I filed a report that said that neither of us ever talked to or saw those girls, the ones that went missing a few weeks back.
Oh, shit.
My thoughts exactly.
Our radios were tapped. And now someone probably has a transcript of that entire conversation. I just heard something.
What is it?
I don't know. It was goddamn terrifying, though.
Well, it could be an elk, or it could be someone trying to get you to radio about a loud noise so they know where you are.
Fuck.
How about you don't do that again?
After hearing from Delilah, we arrive at Wapiti Station and break in. And what we find doesn't ease our minds.
I'm busting the gate down. There's nobody around, and it's the quickest way in.
Copy that.
Okay, I'm at the site. I don't see anybody around.
Lucky for us.
Yeah, lucky for us. Dee, there's some serious comms equipment out here, wireless stuff.
What do you mean?
I'm talking a big 20-foot tall transmission tower. I mean, they could probably listen to whoever the hell they want. Now, they're doing something with the soil out here, too. It's all gridded off.
Who knows what else they're up to?
And there's all sorts of contraptions and shit out here. I mean, how the hell did they get all this stuff out here?
The Army Corps of Engineers put our towers out here, so...
You think it was the government?
I have no idea. I just mean it's possible. I mean, every once in a while I'll meet a lookout who's deep into that, black helicopter conspiracy shit. Maybe they actually flew it out here in one of those.
I'm in their main tent.
What's it like?
It's definitely some sort of monitoring station.
We find a tracking device nearby and use it to find a collar on top of a binder with our names on it.
There's a folder of reports here.
What do they say?
They're assessments about the two of us. There's stuff in here about Julia.
Like what?
Stuff I didn't tell you. This is...
What does it say about me? You said there was one about me.
And it looks like they've been following me around. What I do when I'm out hiking? Jesus.
Henry, do you hear me?
You have a boyfriend, Javier?
What the fuck?
Wish you hadn't left that out.
I don't. I didn't. This is insane. I'm so sick of letting these people do this to us. We should just burn the place down.
Yeah, fuck them.
They'll dump an ocean of water on it, and these assholes will spend the rest of the summer picking up the pieces. We get to finish out our contracts. Hell, we'll even call in the fire.
Yeah, okay.
You don't sound too excited about that.
I'm not.
Look, worst case scenario...
A firefighter dies trying to put out what we started, and we live with that on our conscience for the rest of our lives.
Fuck. Yeah, worst case. Well, maybe it's not the best idea.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best idea.
So fucking wound up!
It's all right. I'm just gonna hike back. We have the wave receiver, and tomorrow we can figure out what to do.
After thoroughly freaking out, we take the tracker and head back to our lookout. As we run back to the lookout, we turn around and see Wapiti Station is now on fire.
Delilah, there's smoke coming from the site. I just climbed out of there, and the bridge collapsed.
What the hell happened to you? It's definitely not the best idea.
It wasn't me.
What do we do?
We just call it in like any other fire.
And what about who started it? What about them?
The person who started it?
Yeah.
We're talking about people watching us out here who are now burning the forest and everything in it around us. I don't know what to do about that.
Except get the hell out.
Yes, get us the hell out of here.
I will.
Once we get back to our lookout, the wave receiver starts beeping again.
This receiver just picked something up.
What? What thingy? What now?
I found a device that picks up frequencies. It's how I found the reports last night, and it's going off now.
It just picked up a frequency?
Yeah, what could it be?
I don't know. You gotta find out.
All right, I'm on my way now.
You know what I just picked up?
No.
A fifth of Major Bueno tequila from the creek.
Are you drunk?
No! I am getting drunk.
Don't do that.
I know. Everything has gone to total shit, but you gotta live a little. You gotta allow, Hank.
No, you're right, Dee. I can't think of any good reason why you wouldn't want your decision-making inhibited right now.
My thinking is I could stay up all night worried I'm gonna lose my job because of the side fire, or I could not worry and let the chips fall where they may. It's not like there's any proof we were down there.
My thinking is I'm gonna follow this wave receiver.
Ooh, I like it when you think.
Ay. I'll just leave you alone with whatever these thoughts are.
We decide to follow the receiver and find a backpack strapped to a tree.
Dee, I found some sort of supply bag, light camping gear, some clothes, basics, but it was alarmed. I think that's what was making the receiver go haywire.
You're okay? It's not a trap or anything?
Yeah, I'm fine. But there's also a set of keys here. I don't know why they'd be hidden out here. They say Shoshone National Forest, Cave 452. Is that the one in the canyon?
Yeah, it is. Who the hell took them?
And what the hell is in that cave?
Okay, let's just think.
says the woman with a half a bottle of tequila in her belly.
Maybe they're panicking and we're preparing to beat it. The fire has them spooked, and we have new walkie-talkies, so we have the upper hand.
Yeah, well, it's hard to feel like you have the upper hand when you're standing in the dark in the middle of the woods.
Oh. Well, you're back in your tower. Maybe you need a drink, too.
I'm not in my tower.
I am looking at a man standing in your lookout. And it's not you?
It is not me.
Oh my god, go.
I'm going.
We rush back to the lookout as Delilah says she saw someone up there besides us.
I don't see anyone up here.
He was just there.
Left a cassette player taped to my damn door.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, let's see what's on it.
We should just burn the place down. Fuck them. We'll dump an ocean of water on it, and these assholes will spend the rest of the summer picking up the pieces. We get to finish out our contracts. Hell, we'll even call in the fire. Yeah, okay.
It's a tape of us talking down at the site. It sounds like it was recorded from somewhere nearby.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and it sounds like we were the ones who burned it down and that it was your idea.
No.
We are screwed.
No!
Dee, just don't freak out, okay? Don't freak out.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening, Henry?
Day 77 finally ends, with us potentially being framed for starting a forest fire. Day 78 begins with us reviewing the tape as Delilah calls us.
It's going to be okay. We haven't done anything wrong.
Someone claiming to be Henry in Two Forks called a lookout in another sector early this morning and said that I knew what caused the Wapiti Meadow fire. So I just got off the horn with that lookout who's wondering what I know, or that I'm an arsonist, or that I'm fucking losing it. Furthermore, I bet you don't have the only tape of us from last night, so someone has evidence to back it up. We need to find out what someone's been keeping in that cave.
I'm going down there now.
We don't have a lot of time left out here, and if we don't find some fucking answers, when they lift us out of here, it's gonna be in handcuffs.
We have to stick together, okay? Keep our story straight. From the first day with those girls to the person breaking in on our conversation, everything. We gotta be honest and consistent.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I know.
We both decide it's best to find why someone left us that key and go to the cave with the locked door. Somebody impersonating Henry has been making calls to others telling them Delilah knows more than she's letting on. And she is now super paranoid of even us.
Hey, you didn't actually make that call, right? To the other lookout? It just stuck in my craw. I let myself imagine how fucked I would be if you'd been lying to me. But now that I asked, I kind of just wish I hadn't.
Of course I didn't. No way. They're trying to pit us against each other.
Yeah, you're right.
That's not gonna happen, though.
Thanks, Henry.
We make it to the cave and unlock the door. That suspiciously gets closed behind us and locked again.
Delilah, someone locked me in the cave. Is this thing working? Delilah, send someone to the cave, please! Can't get any damn reception.
We have no reception in the cave, so calling Delilah is a no-go. With no choice but to move forwards, we find a steep cliff we can't traverse and a path blocked with small rocks that we can use our axe to clear. On this path, we find a lone shoe?
Anybody down there?
We keep moving forwards until we find an exit. After calling Delilah, we start our hike back to Two Forks to look for climbing equipment that we can use to explore the cave deeper. We find Brian Goodwood's hidden hangout spot.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah, what is it? What did you find?
Nothing yet, because someone tried to trap me in there.
You saw someone?
No, someone slammed the gate behind me and then ran away. I found another way out, but if I hadn't, Jesus!
So you didn't find anything?
No, there's a spot where someone had sunk an anchor, but the hardware's gone now.
I don't have any climbing equipment.
I just have my ropes. I'm gonna hike back to Two Forks and see if I can find anything that could double as an anchor to use in the spot. Delilah, I just found an outcropping that someone was using as a little fort. I think it was Brian Goodwin.
Really?
Yeah, he built himself a real castle. Brian was doing a science fair project about bouncing radio waves off of a meteor shower.
Poor kid left his homework?
Yeah, he must have been pretty smart, huh?
Yeah, sharper than a lot of the grown-up knuckleheads I'm used to, yeah.
Hey, remember that pack I found?
Back on your second day? Yeah.
I found a plan Brian drew about how he was going to get it back.
Oh, I'm sure it was quite elaborate.
It's some Wile E. Coyote stuff, I'll tell you that much. I found an old school folder. Brian was a hell of a doodler. It's a little weird that he'd just leave so much of his stuff out here. A bunch of rocks stacked up. He made a wall and a perimeter.
God. Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean, he was in the middle of really sprucing up the joint when they left. There's a ham radio schematic here, something Brian was working on.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing Ned did do with him. You know, tinkering on stuff like that.
Under his crest he was designing, we find the climbing gear we need and decide to go back into the cave and explore further.
Huh. Brian stole his dad's climbing gear, his anchors.
That's convenient.
Yeah, it is. I think he was going to hide them in a cash box or something and never got around to it. I mean, he left a note for a ranger to find them and send them back to him in Nebraska.
Because he hated climbing?
Yeah, it sounds like Ned was pushing him, and pretending to lose his anchors was the easiest way to put a stop to it.
I hope it worked. God, what an asshole.
Yeah. Man, that is the sort of thing that would have caused me to catch a beating growing up.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it past old Ned.
On the way there, Delilah gives us more backstory on Ned and Brian Goodwin. She also tells us that those teenagers turned up okay.
So, something I never told you, or anyone, about Brian. In regards to him being out here, you know, being against the rules. They almost got busted. Brian liked to go out on the railing of the tower and wave at the planes that dump water on fires, and I got a call because someone thought a kid was up in Two Forks. I lied, and just said it was Ned. If I ratted him out, they would have been forced to leave, and I don't know, I guess I just felt like I was saving him from whatever shitty life Ned was going to bring him back to. Not that it ended up mattering. Also, those girls turned up. Looks like you didn't kill them. Nobody did. They took some farmer's tractor for a joyride down in Riverton and, landed in jail.
Dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, we've got enough unanswered shit to answer for, I'd say.
We make our way back into the cave, re-unlock the gate, and use our newly obtained climbing gear to descend further below. It's eerily quiet as we explore the path leading down into the cave. Until we come across a lone dead body.
Ah, shit. Are you... Oh, God. You're Brian Goodwin. God.
We found the other shoe from what we saw earlier, attached to Brian Goodwin's dead body. It looks like he had a climbing accident. We make our way out of the cave and report to Delilah what we found.
Hey, D.
There you are. I've been worrying my ass off.
Hey, I'm sorry, Delilah. I'm so sorry.
About what? You're freaking me out.
He's in there.
What are you saying, Henry?
The only thing in the cave is Brian. He's dead. His body is in the cave, Delilah.
Gotta be fucking kidding me. How does that... What? I don't... How?
Climbing, I think, or made to look like a climbing accident.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just what it was. I mean, he was probably exploring the cave and maybe his rope gave out. But whoever locked me in there probably didn't even know about him. I'm sorry, Delilah. I'm so sorry.
He'd be alive if I'd told someone he was out here. I don't know where he'd be, but I can assure you it would not be rotting at the bottom of that cave. There's nothing to say. Hike back. I think we're leaving tomorrow anyway.
Delilah seems at a loss for words as she tells us to go to our tower and that we'll be leaving soon anyways. Day 79 starts with us packing our stuff up as the fire outside burns close enough to fill the area with smoke. Just as we're getting prepared to leave, our receiver starts beeping. We decide to find out why as we head out.
You see that plane?
Hard to miss.
Well, there's gonna be a lot more. The service says this thing is 2% contained.
Well, is this the June fire or the site fire? Or...
Well, the two fires merged into one unmitigated disaster. They're renaming it after my lookout. You about packed up?
Shouldn't we talk for a sec, about things?
About what?
About how all this stuff is connected. The surveillance, the Goodwins, Brian's death.
Look, I don't know what to say, okay? It's like the universe cooked up the cruelest thing to have happen. Does it connect to everything else? I don't know. I don't know if I even want to.
Of course you do. There's got to be a reason.
Does there?
Maybe. Maybe not. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Well, fuck. For starters, I guess you could find the source of that signal.
Holy crap. Yeah. Oh my god.
We don't know what it is. It could be nothing.
Yeah, it could also be whoever was listening to us, whoever made the tape.
Okay. Yeah, look, you should pack up everything you need in case we get the call and you can't come back.
All right, look, if something happens...
I'll remember you.
Oh, well, that's nice.
As we leave our lookout, Delilah lets us know that the rescue team is coming to get them at her lookout. The receiver leads us to a collar and a tape, and our name written on the rocks. We listen to the tape as we ascend the cliff in front of us.
Someone left a rope for me to climb up. I'm down near the lake.
How do you know it's for you?
There's a tracking collar tied to it. Someone was leading me here. And there's another tape.
Oh my god, Henry.
Yeah, hi, Henry. Hey, you better find this before it burns up. We've been causing each other a lot of headaches. Now I gotta go stake out a site that's as fit for living as the one you're about to find. You'll get it when you see it. You can't blame me for keeping an eye on you. Not after bumping into you back in May. Down by the cave, for croc's sake. I've been up here for 3 years. I kept it cozy. Winters are harsh as hell, and I ran out of books. But I got that antenna rigged up, and Delilah, she's a record you don't gotta flip. I kinda get why Brian took to her. About a week ago, I stopped worrying about you finding anything out, and that's right when everything went shithouse with you two. You guys don't know anything about having kids. All right, nobody knows nothing. It ain't Andy and Opie walking down a lake to fish every afternoon. It ain't Mayberry. But you gotta know I didn't kill him. All right, we were climbing. I was teaching him. Brian was uneducated in the way to do anything. He just fucking didn't sink his anchor the right way. You know, I thought about going back, having to answer questions and having to get him put in the ground, and I didn't see the point. Don't come looking for me. Sorry about your wife.
We found the surveillance operation.
Okay, what does that mean? What is it?
It was Ned Goodwin. He was the one listening to us, just him.
Ned Goodwin. He made the tape?
Yeah. He's gone deeper into the Shoshone. He doesn't want anyone to know he's out here.
Because he killed Brian. Because he killed his fucking son. You need to get back here. They say the helicopters are making rounds.
Okay.
We find Ned's hideout and see how he typed up fake reports like the ones we found in Wapiti Station, with the goal of fooling us and scaring us away from looking any further. Turns out that Wapiti Station is for tracking wildlife, not us. Ned was using it as a front to feed into our paranoia. He was the one we ran into on that first night. One of the things Ned kept was a Father's Day card from his son, and as a father, this hurt my heart.
Yeah.
God.
What?
Nothing, just some of Brian's stuff.
We take some pictures to remember this place and start our hike to evacuation with Delilah. She expresses remorse as we make our way there.
I know I should be relieved. Relieved that there's no evidence of us starting that fire. Relieved that we're not crazy. That there wasn't some conspiracy. But I'm not. He was a sweet kid. With a shitty father who hid out here like a coward after dumping him in a hole.
I think that Ned loved him. He still had his photo, you know?
I don't want to hear it.
He obviously didn't want to forget him. He just didn't know what to do.
Henry, not knowing what to do isn't okay. When you're supposed to look after someone,
You figure it out.
Yes. And Ned Goodwin is a shithead who is incapable of figuring anything out. Sorry. God, it would have been so easy to tell the truth and have him sent home. I can't stop thinking about it.
You'll let it go, and it'll be okay. It'll haunt you for a while, but eventually you'll look back and you'll be far enough away to forgive yourself.
Justify to myself, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's better than nothing.
And he'll still be down there in that cave. Because if I say anything, they're gonna ask me about Ned.
Dee?
Oh, fuck.
Is that a helicopter?
Yeah, hold on. Hey! No, there's one more. Yes, here, yeah. Yeah, he's coming. Okay, 1 second. Hey, they're here, but they're making rounds. They'll come back. I think I'm gonna go with them.
Wait, just wait, okay? I'm not that far.
Henry, they're here. They're waiting right now.
Please.
Henry, I don't want to meet you and just sit here in a dead boy's shadow. Okay, I don't want to do that. I know that sounds harsh. Okay, I'll wait.
I'm not far.
Okay.
Delilah says she's going to go ahead and evacuate, but Henry pleads with her to stay until he gets there. After going through all that we did, Henry is desperately craving some human interaction. We finally make it to the cable car and pull ourselves toward her lookout. The anticipation is building as we climb the stone steps to her tower.
Oh, God, it's a nightmare out there. Hello? Delilah? Damn it.
Delilah's lookout is empty. It also turns out that she was really drawing us based on our answers from earlier. Also, she really had been doing crosswords, evidenced by the 1001 crosswords book, and the 1001 more crosswords book underneath it. We pick up her headset and talk to Delilah one last time.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Hi. Yeah, it's me.
You're not here.
No. Don't be mad.
I'm not mad. I'm just...
You're not mad, you're just disappointed?
I'm not your dad after you got busted smoking pot.
I just couldn't be out there for another minute.
You could have just said that.
You really wanted me to stay.
I did. And now I'm...
Disappointed.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, it shouldn't take long for the helicopter to reach you.
Okay.
There's a debrief in a situation like this. Lots of questions.
Shit. So, taking stock, we found out an old lookout killed his only son and decided to become a lonely hermit.
Yes.
And we prevented one fire?
Basically started another.
Okay, so that's a wash.
I'll have to figure out what I'm doing every summer from now on that isn't this.
You're not coming back?
No. And you'll have to... I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what's next.
Tell you what, why don't you choose for me and I'll choose for you?
All right, sure. Maybe you could come back to Boulder with me and figure it out down there. Just a thought.
You don't want me down there.
Well, I just asked you.
Look, I've got some things to do in Casper, and maybe I'll head south sometime after that. I could come by, sure.
Okay. So, what about me?
I think you should go to Julia, and then you can figure it out. Maybe put that typewriter to good use. Give me a sexy accent or something if you write about this.
Yeah.
You gotta go see her.
Would you?
Henry, Look, you came out to put your memories behind you, and they're still right there in front of you.
She won't even recognize me, Delilah.
You're not just going for her.
You don't know what it's like.
Bad things happen, okay? And you have to find a way to contain the damage. A good way.
Well, hopefully I can figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, I hope so.
God, this got dark.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
There's the helicopter.
Good. They'll land back where you hiked up. Good luck, Henry.
I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, sure thing. Bye, Henry.
Henry had asked Delilah to come stay with him, to which Delilah says she might come see us in the future, but in a way that really says we're never going to meet again. She tells us to go see Julia, and that we haven't escaped our problems, and that we need to figure them out. The chopper comes, and we leave. We board the chopper, and it's time to go home. Credits roll, and like Delilah said, our escape is over. It's time to go back to our real life. As the credits roll, Etta James's I'd Rather Go Blind plays, which I love and think it's a great fit for the game, but I can't play due to copyright issues. Also during the credits, pictures taken with the in-game camera go by, which I think is a nice touch. A game which I believe to be a psychological thriller turned into an emotional roller coaster real quick. I could see how Henry wanted to believe that something supernatural or even something like spooky government surveillance was going on. It helped him escape into a different life, away from his real life's problems. But sadly, even though the human mind can jump to crazy conspiracy conclusions, it's usually the mundane explanation that is the right one, regardless of how bad we want to believe and escape reality. And that's what everybody in the forest was doing, running away from their life. Delilah ran away from emotional responsibility and commitment, twice, and Ned stayed out in the forest to run away from the truth of having to admit he had gotten his son killed. The player can even choose an alternate ending by not boarding the helicopter and staying in Delilah's lookout, letting the forest fire consume them, In essence, he'd be choosing to run away one last time. Firewatch, being such a dialogue-driven game, nailed what's so important: the voice acting. It's so natural that it makes the situation believable and helps keep the player immersed and engaged. Not to mention all the Easter eggs, different sets of dialogue based on the player's responses, and hidden events that can also happen while exploring. All of which also keep engagement high and encourage repeat playthroughs. On a more technical note, my playthroughs weren't perfect. I had one game-breaking bug, and I frequently encountered some stuttering when transitioning the game between different areas. Neither of these shortcomings take anything away from the game, but it wouldn't be a full retrospective if I didn't talk about the game in its entirety, bugs and all. When doing my research for this game, I came across lots of thought-provoking videos. I watched and listened to people's theories about Delilah lying to the player and being involved with more than what she lets on, but I don't believe any of them. What I do believe is that the developers want us to think there's more there when there's really not. I think the developers designed her character that way to just once again prove to the player that humans will come to crazy conclusions. Not everything is some intense mystery to be solved. Sometimes simple, mundane reality is enough to shatter your world. I never knew where this game was going to go next, and I truly enjoyed every second of it. Even the ending, which I'm surprised to see so many people dislike. The way this game subverts expectations even up to the ending is great. Most games, and even books and movies for that matter, finish with an all loose ends tied up grand show of a finale. I'm sure people were expecting some earth-shattering revelation at the end of this game. They wanted a bigger reason for all of what happened. They were wanting the story to go out with a bang and not a whimper. But that's rarely how life works. Life is ugly, unfair, and rarely goes the way you think it will, which I think the ending exemplifies perfectly. This is the ending the game needed. An imperfect ending to complement our character's troubled story. The ending is abrupt and leaves the player feeling empty, which I believe was the intent of the developers. Did I want to see what Delilah looked like after being the only character I interacted with for 2 to 3 hours straight? Of course I did. Did I want my character to run off with her and forget my sick wife and be happy? Of course I did. Hey, just ignore that part again, real life wife. I wanted these things to happen for Henry and have a happily ever after ending. But sadly, that's just not how life works. Not one time in my life have I had a good outcome when running away from my problems. That's why I chose the song I did for this video. The lyrics go, "Running away is easy, it's the leaving that's hard." But towards the end of the song, the lyrics change just a bit. "Running away is easy, it's the living that's hard." Thank you for watching.